Okay, today is Sunday. At the end of November, the 25th. And as you can see, this year winter's in early. We have had snow for 2 or 3 days now, and it's not much, maybe 5 to 10 centimeters all together. It's like 2 days of snow, but still it's wintry conditions. Very nice. Usually in the last couple of years we had snow in December, at the end of December, or even January. So people were always concerned, will we have a white Christmas? So that was the question in the last years. But now, this year, winter's here early. As you can see, it's about around 0 degrees, 1 or 2 degrees. So during the day, the snow melts. But at night, it's like -2, 3, 4. And we're going to have some more snow next week. Well, tomorrow and the after. So this is the Black Forest. It's actually the beginning. The Black Forest is huge. It's I think it's about 250, almost 300 kilometers from the northern end to the southern end. And there's actually a long distance hiking path from the north to the south to the Swiss border. So if you feel like it, there are, I think, 3 different varieties of variants of the trail. The Black Forest hiking or walking trail. It starts off in a town which is called Pforzheim and finishes off in Basel in Switzerland. Well, it's actually the area where Germany, France and Switzerland come together. Yeah, and the trees, as you can see, have already their white skirt, robe, and it's a very nice picture. Very nice. Not too cold. Unfortunately, daylight hours are only from about 7:30-ish until about 5 or so. So once you pass 5 o'clock, it's almost dark, which is a little inconvenient if you want to go on hiking days. But, well, you just have to organize yourself somehow. Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, so this is the beginning of the Black Forest. It's not completely dense dark, as it's called. It's the Black Forest. So usually people think that it's one persistent, huge forest, which it is not. There are, fields and hamlets and villages and even towns in between here and the western part. So it's actually a mountain chain. It's not very high. The highest mountain is the Feldberg, the Field Mountain, and that's, I think it's 1,475, so it's all below 1,500 meters altitude. Most is between 700, 800 and 1,300, so it's already a nice climate up there. Very healthy air, lots of oxygen, not pollution, no pollution at all. So it is actually quite healthy. Yeah, very nice, very nice. And there's Giovanna following suit, her companion, with a slight distance because she's at the same time on the internet looking up certain things. Yeah, not many people. I mean, you can see that there have been people here walking along this trail, which is usually used. I mean, these are trails. We also have smaller trails and we have paths. I mean, those trails are usually forest trails, usually meant to bring out the lumber. So in some cases, not always, not everywhere, but in some cases, huge big lumber trucks will come in here and take out the lumber, which is one of the main industries here, or has always been for the last couple hundred years, because that's what they have plenty, lumber or wood. Yeah, you can see in some parts there's more snow than in other parts. Here there's a little more. It's at least 10 centimeters because it was quite windy when the snow fell in the last 2 days, so it accumulated in certain parts and there's less in other parts. So this is one of those areas where there's a little more snow. Yeah, clear streams. So nature is still intact, although it's all man-made, basically. Because the original nature, I mean, was forests as well, but it was cut down a couple hundred years ago to make room for grazing fields for the cattle and to use the wood for stoves, for heating, cooking, and eventually when the iron ore industry and the steel industry came, they used it to make charcoal coal to heat the ovens to produce metals, steel. But then slowly, well, we are almost, you might say, in the period of deindustrialization, because the manufacturing industries, they relocated their production a long time ago, starting from the 70s, 80s. A lot of it was relocated to Asia, and then China is the industrial powerhouse of the world, So, I mean, some production was left, especially the high-end technological stuff. But then slowly the Chinese, sort of became a high technology country as well, copying Western technologies and then developing their own. So now we've reached the point that China actually overtook or overtakes Western industrial production in different areas, and especially in pharmaceuticals and the chip industry and so on. We actually noticed this during Corona, when we needed certain pharmaceuticals urgently, and there was not enough, and the chips which were missing from the car industry and all the other industries. Yeah, so this is the Black Forest area at its best, and you've got some of those chalets or huts in those woods. Either it's for tourists or it's for workers, forest workers, to relax and have breaks. I'm not sure whether that is a private hut or some kind of a club which owns it. But it's very nice. I think in the summer, especially in the summer, people come here and spend some time, maybe have a barbecue and so on. So we've got more snow here as well, because it's accumulated. Yeah, I mean, this always reminds me of the pioneering days when the Rockies or in the Wild West, people had those very simple huts. No running water, no electricity, nothing. Just a wooden hut. So, with those images, I say goodbye, have a nice weekend, nice Sunday, and see you soon. Bye bye.